this video, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the standard procedure for changing out filter cartridges in existing filter systems with either Swisher branded product or competitive products. Now, the first and most important thing you need to learn before you change a filter is to shut off the inlet water supply. In this case, it might be a valve on the system, somewhere down upstream, but you're going to shut the water off. The second thing you need to do is you're going to have to relieve the pressure from the system. Okay? The pressure gauges here would read, something higher than 0, obviously, but you would go downstream, turn on a valve at a piece of equipment until the pressure gauges come down to 0. This is very important if you're ever going to remove one of these standard style filter housings. If you cannot relieve the pressure, you can always remove the bayonet style cartridge by grabbing it firmly, turning it counterclockwise till it stops, and immediately it's going to shoot out with pressure. But when possible, try to get the pressure down to 0 before you start removing cartridges. Now that we have the water shut off at the filter system, we can go ahead when the pressure is relieved and remove the standard housing. There's two different style systems out there, generally speaking, a standard style housing and a quick disconnect filter. These standard style housings are a housing with a head and a cartridge inserted in the middle. What we're going to want to do to remove this is if there is a little bit of pressure, which there shouldn't be, or if the system's been installed for a while, sometimes you cannot remove this by hand. What you want to do is use a filter wrench that's supplied with the system or a universal wrench that you should carry with you and remove the system by applying some counterclockwise pressure. Sometimes it takes a knock and the filter housing will loosen. Then you can remove the filter housing, grasping it with both hands. There will be water in there, and when it comes free of the head, you're going to remove the existing element. It may be a standard sediment filter or perhaps a chlorine removal filter. You're going to pour the water out of the housing, but you'll also notice that there's a black O-ring in here. This is an internal O-ring. There's also external O-rings, and it depends on how the unit actually mates with the head, but make sure you do not lose this O-ring. Once you put in the new cartridge, you want to remove any plastic wrapping from it. You're going to insert it, place it back on the head, turn clockwise. You're going to feel a little compression on the filter, get it to where it stops, and then hand tighten only snugly, just a little bit of pressure. If you tighten with a wrench or you tighten too much, you tend to pinch and stretch the O-ring, which we don't want to do because that can cause a leak down the road. Now, in terms of the quick disconnect cartridges, what we're going to do is simply, whether it's a Swisher branded product, Kuno or Everpure, or various other manufacturers, most of them work counterclockwise, pull down, and the cartridge is removed. When you go to place the new cartridge with the Swisher product, you're going to have what they call keys on these. These are grooves that are cut into the ears of the filter. On the head, you're going to have teeth on the inside as well. You want to line up the two grooves with the two teeth. Sometimes they're at a little bit of an angle, and when you line them up, push up and turn clockwise till it stops. Do it with all these filters. This is the same way an Everpure quick disconnect bayonet mount works. Kuno's is similar. You're going to line it up, push it, and turn it. Now, once the cartridges are changed out, it's always a good idea, if possible, to slowly open the inlet and the outlet, but open up a line if you can, perhaps close to the equipment, to bleed the air from the system. It's not necessary, but it's helpful in certain applications. And always turn your inlet water on slowly and your outlet water on slowly so as not to shock the equipment. One other style cartridge that you're going to see out in the field is going to be a scale stick based system. It uses also a standard housing just like a pre-filter. However, the scale stick is inserted slightly different. You're going to spin off the housing. You're going to remove the spent scale stick. Make sure you have that black O-band with you. To put in the new scale stick, you're going to take with that, where the black O-band is, you're just going to gently push up on the center post so it hangs down vertically, straight up and down. Then you're going to take the housing, ensuring that the O-ring is in place, and screw that housing back on, and hopefully the scale stick will seat straight up and down. In this case it didn't, so I'll have to remove it just a little bit and move the scale stick over and reach try till it seats up and down. Once again, with this system, we're just going to hand tighten snugly. That's it.